Welcome back to Saints Row 2. Last time, we gutted the hell out of the Brotherhood. What is it now? Unvoiced character warning me about Imperial Square. I'll get to that soon, but first, we gotta take cars back to Chop Shop. Right, so I want to finish this as soon as I can, so we're just driving all these in. Also, yeah, this thing is extremely fast. So yeah, I'm kinda just powering through these. I like Hitman, those are fun. And I do appreciate that this game does give you icons for Chop Shop, so you can find the cars as long as you're looking for them. But, it's still just not as interesting as Hitman. Even when I was just randomly running into cars I could find, it still wasn't as fun an activity, but, whatever. Alright, I guess we should rescue the gang. So, alright, who's taking over today? Well, I mean, first off, I'm taking over on thin ice, thank you very much. Alright, so, hopefully nobody died while I was making that transaction, but you know what? I had to buy on thin ice. Alright, let's see. Who can we shoot from a distance? Again, don't have a McManus yet. Don't have it on my 360 file either, though I'm getting close. It's 18 neighborhoods, supposedly. Unfortunately, last time I played, the last mission I did was the DJ Veteran Child 1, which doesn't give you a neighborhood, so fuck me, I guess. Anyway. Oh, damn, guys, that was pathetic. I mean, I don't even think Jessica and Matt were that important to your daily goings-on. At the very least, you shouldn't have been affected by their deaths in that capacity?
So, that was Sigany from Nico Radic, World 105.0. Sponsored by Altor. Get on the dance floor with Ravi Shani and do the Bangara dance here on the World 105.0, sponsored by Altor.
Alright, so, this music might seem a little different. It's from a section soundtrack I haven't used yet. That's because it's not available until a certain point in the game. So, remember how Altor bought Generation X after DJ Veteran Child's death? Well, that's not the only radio station they buy in this game. This one is not tied to specific mission progress, but rather the overall percentage of the game. When you hit 50%, the Easy channel, which is hosted by Stevie J, is bought up, and now it's The World, which is also hosted by Stevie J, except now he really fucking hates his job. Like, he always sounds so mad. And, like, he was a dork when Easy was running, but, like, he sounded like he was having a good time. He always sounded like he was enjoying himself, but he's constantly talking about how much he just hates Altor and how you need to boycott The World. He just sounds so annoyed anytime he has to advertise them. Unlike Generation X, though, that was a change in DJ, but not a change in music. This is actually a change in music, as I said before, a different bit of soundtrack. So, technically speaking, Easy is actually lost forever. So, yeah, that's just a way for you to hate Altor more. They straight up replace some songs that you might have liked. Maybe you like The World more, but at the very least, the fact that they did this is, certainly a negative against them. But yeah, instead of replacing the DJ with a robot and keeping the music, this one changes the music but keeps the DJ. And boy, I'm sure Stevie wishes they hadn't. Boy, does he sound like he wants to be anywhere else in reality than right here where he is. Now, I say technically it's lost forever. If you have a car in the garage that was tuned to Easy FM, it will actually stay as Easy FM. If you change it after this point, however, then it's gone. So, if you want to keep easy, you might want to have a dedicated car for it. So yeah, I really love that bit. Just with what happened with Gen X, I really do love that Ultor just interferes with the soundtrack of the game. That's very fun.
Welcome to prison.
Don't get too excited. I'm not planning on staying long.
Well, we'll see what Troy has to say about that. But you know, jail ain't all bad.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
I'm serious. You get fresh air, 3 squares, no rent.
A high chance of getting shanked.
Now you're just being a pussy. Listen, we got better ways of letting the inmates vent some frustration.
Conjugals with the warden's daughter?
You know, that ain't half bad. But nah, we got ourselves a little fight club.
And the guards make bets on the side, right?
That's right. And you know, with you fighting and me fronting the cash, I bet we could make some good money.
How tough's the competition?
Nothing you can't handle.
Alright, so that's Fight Club again. Kinda went out of my way for this one, but I felt like doing some more fight clubbing. I have to punch more people. What's our reward for this one? It's Troy! That's right, you can actually call Troy in as a homie. And no, that's not a Gentleman of the Row specific thing, that's in base game. You can always do that. Alright, so that's why we came out to the prison. So, back to the mainland we go. 'Cause you know, we've had some pretty big accomplishments lately. I think it's about time we pay Johnny Gat a visit. He's been out for a while at this point. And you know what? Him going down was a part of a very bad streak for the boss, but we've really turned that around, and let's be honest, Gat is really gonna want to hear about what we did to Jessica. I'm sure he'll be overjoyed about it. Alright, so as always, I'm just going to ignore the fact that there's a Ronin mission marker right here that will certainly not be indicative of anything that's about to happen within these walls. It's a hospital, it's safe.
So the bastard's dead?
I cut him up myself.
Hello? How can I help you? Excuse me, you can't go that way. Hello, security?
How you doing?
She's dead. You really gotta ask.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm gonna have to ask you to return to the waiting room.
Funeral?
We're waiting for you.
Cut it.
How long till you're back?
Doc said I should be up and murdering in a couple of days. Well, you know, he didn't say murdering, but you get the idea.
Time to leave?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so it's visiting hours. You know, glad everything's going pretty well with Johnny. Apparently the new voice went over pretty well as well.
Wheel your ass out of here.
I mean, look, Gat's made a few off-color jokes in the past, but I feel like he's the type to do that, but then in actual friend transition, she's just like, yes, I've been voice training, and he's just like, tight. How many people he killed? Nah. I don't really keep track. Killed too many. Nice. Alright, so, Gat's not doing too well, on account of he really shouldn't be up just yet, but, we gotta wheel him out anyway.
Bitch.
Name of this game is killing everybody as quickly as you can, cause Gat's just dying normally, without being shot a bunch. So, you're going to want to make sure you can either get him out of harm's way, or again, just kill people quickly. Now, one problem I did have with this mission is sometimes the game thinks I'm in shooting mode when I really shouldn't be. Why did something explode like that in a hospital? Anyway, though, sometimes I really want the game to get out of shooting mode because it's harder to control the gurney when you're in shoot
I've
mode.
always been this good. You just never noticed.
It's real tight. And sometimes even when you're... I probably should have switched out of gun, but like... Yeah, see, you switch out a gun and it's still just locking you in place and not letting you turn. I managed to do this all in one take, but boy, it kind of came closer than I would have liked it to. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna wheel you down quickly. Nope, getting out of here. Alright, all we gotta do is turn the corner. Game, please. I feel like this must be a port problem, right? But then again, even when I played this game the first time, which is also in the port, I don't remember this being nearly as difficult to control, but I feel like this is a thing that might have just been messed up by getting ported over, and not having enough dev time to really find that and specifically take care of it. Alright, so let's just walk out the front doors. Oh, a second, let me just casually do this. Oh, and I didn't mention it, but yes, you just do find some medicine in the elevator. That's their excuse for putting Gat back to full health, because it'd be kind of bullshit if you only got that initial time limit to do anything. There's not too much more to this mission, but by same token...
Yeah, that's bad.
There's not a lot of blood for him to bleed either. Alright, well, plan B. I don't feel like dealing with a rocket launcher, and I can't ambulance out of here, so... Let's just assume they're going to be as aggressive as they were when we checked Gat in, and just take the helicopter instead. That's a much better idea. Plus, most ordinary cars won't have space for a gurney. Gat needs an amount of room to lay. He's bleeding enough as it is. It's a good thing he got that blood back in his body medicine in the elevator, or he really would have been screwed. Alright, so hopefully they don't have too many helicopters to chase us with, because for some reason the hospital helicopter doesn't have any guns. Fucked up, I know. So yeah, in this game, Gat's out for a few more missions than he was in Saints Row 1. Because of course he got kidnapped in the first game. But he was, you know, he got captured, and then if you did the immediate next Vice King's mission, he'd be back. This time around, though, yeah, no, you wait like a couple missions. It's not that long. If you do the entire Ronin story in a row, you're not really waiting that long. But that being said, though, Gat is 2 for 2 on jobbing. Like, for as bloodthirsty as he is, and for as strong as he's presented, when they need somebody to job, it is Johnny Gat. Alright, well, whoever's in that car is about to be shot to death. Assume that happened during the fade to black.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Rakuji. Shall we get down to business?
奴のことなるとでもいい。
You should care because I represent a multi-billion-dollar corporation that employs your son. Now can we sit down? With the recent change in management, I figured it would be a good idea to touch base. We at Old Tor understand that when working with the Ronin, there's bound to be some collateral damage. However, turning a hospital into a charnel house is something that even I can't spin. You need to keep your men under control.
My English must not be as good as I thought it was. It sounded like you were giving me an order.
You're quite astute, Mr. Akuji.
I'm not a 20-something who is impressed by a power tie, Mr. Vogel. I suggest you stop trying to bully me.
Mr. Akuji, your son and I negotiated a very reasonable contract.
My son's an idiot, Mr. Vogel. If you wish for the Ronin's protection, you had best be prepared to offer us something much more substantial.
That's not going to happen.
Then our business is concluded.
Mr. Akuji, I can't possibly stress how unwise this could...
Be silent. You can show yourself out now.
Well, I guess that's that. Best of luck, gentlemen.
Though despite the fact that it's Shogo, you know, I get the feeling that if he had done anything good, it was the partnership with Ultor. So maybe losing that, maybe not the best idea. Ah well, it's not my fallout to deal with, and if anything it helps me, so hell yeah! Not only have we rescued Gat, and not only is he back on his feet, but the Ronin are probably in pretty big trouble now that they've lost a fairly sizable partner. Right, well, as always, we've had a lot of good days, and now that Gat's back, that's another for the checklist. Next time on Saints Row 2, none of the gangs are doing particularly well. Like, we kinda have our pick of the litter here of who we absolutely want to obliterate. But I don't know, maybe I'll give Shogo a rest. He sucks, but man, having to deal with his dad's a full-time job, huh?